See if we can read this one here. I didn't bring my clippers with me. William Lewis Jones, May 16th, 1892, February 24th, 1934. I can't read this marker. Is this a military one? Willie L. Jones, Georgia. Can't make it. Can't make it out here. I have to get my flashlight. Hey, welcome to Sidestep Adventures. Wait a minute, this isn't Sidestep Adventures. Robert's not here. Where's he at? It's only the other Robert and my little puppy. Hopper, say hello. There you go. Robert's busy today. Probably working hard out there at the bird farm. Grandpa always said that Robert gave 110%. 7 days a week, 365 days. I mean, he is busting his butt out there from sunrise to sundown. And so I came out today on my own to do a little South Georgia ride, and it's just pieces of stuff. Since I haven't been around in a while, we've all been dealing with our own little health issues and things like that. So while Robert's really hard working somewhere, I'm gonna take you around here in this little small community in South Georgia and just touch on a few things. So let's go take a look. Come on, Hopper, let's see what this is down here. This is a little dumping area this community had, and over the years they used to just dump all their, actually used to dump their garbage back here. Then the state stopped them from doing it, but this is rubble. This rubble here, I think, and I could be wrong, I think a lot of this is from the old schoolhouse that used to be over here. Actually, it used to be right over there in the woods. But this is pretty neat how they took the old field stones from the field and used them as the base, plus some debris and rubble when they poured the concrete for the steps to the school. Now I was looking for something in particular. I hope I can find it. We may have to go through a bunch of editing to get this to find exactly what it is, but these rocks are sedimentary rocks. There it is right there. You can barely see it, but that is sort of a fossilized shell or something. This is a sedimentary rock. There's another one right there. I don't know if you can see that one. These are old field stones that came out of the soil down here that at one time, I guess many years ago, millions of years ago, was probably the ocean floor. There's a good example of one right there. See that one right there? If you can see that. I'm gonna come down here one day and dig through this mess. Might find something down here in the old dump area. There's a few Civil War soldiers laid to rest out here, and then after that we're gonna ride around some through the town and just spend the whole day down here in South Georgia and look things over and do a little short video and have some fun maybe. And we'll do a little project too, going to help a friend of mine with his office. And while we're doing that, Robert is busy working. Like I said, right now, I think I can hear a hammer hammering away right now as he works on the old birdhouse. A couple of children, small children, laid to rest right next to one another and looking at the style of the old fencing. Probably the kids were related. I can see a little bit of a name right there, and I'm not going to be able to get over in there. I might be able to reach over in there. I can go down here. Look, hold on. And I was told that they actually have a record somewhere in the courthouse. Little child. Mark. The sun. I can't read it. Is that the sun? I can't read it, kids. Don't have my flashlight. I'll have to look at it later on. But I see Mark up there. That's for sure. Little child passed away, probably 1900s. But there is a record, I think, in the city. The small town here has a log. And they also told me that they came out here years ago and did some ground penetrating radar, and they located what they thought were unmarked graves somewhere in these grassy areas you see here. These plots were bought turn of the century and were used, and back then the records weren't kept correctly, and there are people laid to rest. And I guess they never had markers, or they don't know who they were. Here's one right here, an old brick one that's deteriorated, and it could have been a whole family right here in this spot. We don't know. Found her right here, John L. Parrott, and he's the one that was the farmer. He was the farmer that donated all the land for the city, laid the city out when the railroad came through. 1880s or so, maybe, post-Civil War. He returned from the Civil War. He survived. I think he had several brothers. One of them perished in a prison camp, I think in Maryland. Another one might have returned here and maybe buried across the road in the family plot. We'll go take a look at that one day, maybe today. But that's his resting place right there, and his wife. It says Robert, infant son of, and I can't make it out. I'm sorry. I apologize for y'all being partially blind. Didn't bring my flashlight. AT and E. Jones, born April 18, could be 97, died 1898. And I don't have my flashlight, so I'm not even going to try to read that, but I'll look at it through the camera later on and get a good idea of it. Let's see if I can read this one. I can't read it. For me. Okay. Two small children laid to rest here in this small city cemetery. Rena. Is that Billy Bly? Daughter of N.G. and C.E. Chambliss. Born, it says 12th, 1895, but I can't make out that. February, okay. And April the 6th, 1895. They've got a product that you spray on these markers, and it dissolves it over time, and it cleans them up pretty good. I'll show you an example of some that have been done here. The example I was telling you about, that chemical you spray them with. This family here told me that they treated it about 2 or 3 months ago, and look how shiny and clean they are. And here's another one over here that's also related to that same family. This one right here. They came in here and they spray it with this cleaner. They don't wash it, just spray it on there, and it eats up all of the mold and stuff off of it. There were 3 banks in town, and this was one of them. I think that one over there was one of them, and the large one down the other side was one of them. Very large mausoleums. And this, to me, was the neatest one of all. That is a Tiffany window right there. Very expensive window to put into a mausoleum, but that's a Tiffany window. The Lee family here in South Georgia was related to Robert E. Lee. And I don't know how the relation was, but I was told that this Lee family, and here's one of the Lees is buried here, A.J. Lee, and his wife, Mary E. Lee. But I was told that one of the Lees was related to Robert E. Lee. close relation. I don't know how close, but I hope to find out someday. I was told that this was a banking family, but this is a fine example of a mausoleum. Very, very fine example of one. Something like this you would normally see, or I would have seen before in places like the cemetery in Atlanta. I cannot remember the name of it now, but you would see something like this in a big city somewhere. There's another one here. This is James M. Powell, Wooten's Company, 15th Georgia Cavalry, CSA. Henry Clay Kennedy, May the 13th, 1846, died March 14th, 1932. Henry Clay Kennedy, Company H, 64th Georgia Infantry, CSA. Debbie M. Jenkins, November 1st, 1846, September the 5th, 1927. Gone but not forgotten. Private William M. Jenkins, Company E. It's Company E, 3rd Georgia, I can't make that out. Reserves, CSA. November 1846, September the 5th, 1927. Here's the logo. This is one of the last ones. It's further on down. Wesley McGill, Company F, 46th Georgia Infantry, CSA. And this marker's on down in the ground. I'm not going to dig it up to find any more dates on it. This is before. This is the office right here. And we're gonna put the sign up today. Well, that's it right there. We got it up. Let's pan back this way and get a wide shot of it. Gary's gonna be happy when he sees it. I'm gonna send him a picture of it right now. That's the office. Well, I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Probably won't. Anyway, this is the carolers. I'm gonna show you the carolers here at this old church in the country. This is the old church. Sort of late in the evening, had a long day. This is the old church right here. These are the old turn of the century carolers. This is probably what they would have looked like around the 1900s. When about when this church was built, and they will be coming down at the end of Epiphany. Alrighty, I'm gonna call it a day.